A friend of mine really inspired me. He had a partner, and his partner had a daughter, and so he sort of became a stepdad to this daughter, and he was going to these parties, birthday parties, and just seeing all these kids getting pumped up on junk food, running around screaming, parents screaming at kids, and he decided he was inspired by Gandhi, be the change that you want to see in the world. And he actually started a business of fit and healthy outdoor activity sessions. And what he did was he has this big van, and he packs all these outdoor kids pop-up playground activity type things, and he goes there and he makes the rules. So the kids aren't allowed to drink soft drinks there. They aren't allowed to be eating candy there. They, if they're going to eat, they've got to eat fruit. The parents need to give them fruit. Otherwise, they don't come and play on his stuff until they go eat and burn all the rubbish off somewhere else. And he's got all these activities that engage kids actively and healthily. And I was really inspired by that, be the change that you want to see. And I was in all these different Facebook groups, and it just gets so nasty so quickly. And,
Yep.
you know, people are sitting at home in the dark by themselves, and they have a couple of drinks, and they get a bit out of control, and they're on the keyboards, and I decided, look, I'm going to start my own Facebook group, and I'm going to be really clear in the rules, and I'm going to be consistent about applying those rules and even handed. So I did that, and it's been a slow build on the group. Some groups start and they blow up to 10, 15,000, 100,000 really quickly. We've been a really slow build, but it's been a consistent build, and it's one of the nicest places to be. But anyway, during lockdown, I really feel obligated to take care of this group. I put a lot of time into that, and I take care of a lot of the people. And so one of the things we did was I started a barbecue game show. So sitting here in the studio, I found this online platform that would allow me to type all these questions in, put a photo, multiple choice answers, and then I worked out how to stream that live and have people be able to engage like a almost like a Jeopardy or a Sale of the Century
Yep.
type game show online. So we did that every Friday for 10 weeks. And after each one, we had a separate session that was not recorded. It wasn't branded. I would actually turn off the Zoom call, take off all my branding, and put a different shirt on, and just kick back, and we'd have a beer and just chat, just like almost like a social circle. And I think that that meant a lot to people just to have that, because all of a sudden all the competitions were gone. All the social outlets for people to be able to talk to each other and relate to each other and blow off steam were gone. And so I did these things to help sort of foster the community. And so as a result of those different virtual events that I was doing, I'm now getting invited to do these different virtual events that have sprung up alongside face-to-face competition. So, for
Sure.
example, this weekend just passed, actually yesterday, exactly yesterday, the Townsville Barbecue Battle. They're about a 14-hour drive north of me, up in the north of Queensland. And I was just sitting right here in the office here on the Gold Coast, and I was jumping into people's backyards all around Australia because they were running a backyard barbecue competition virtually in parallel to the in-person barbecue competition at and in Townsville at Strand Park there. So they had all these big screens set up and a stage set up, and they'd do something in person live on the stage, and then they'd cross to me and we'd do something virtually, and it was streamed on the internet and also broadcast on the big screens at the event. And I think that's one thing that we're seeing now is we're seeing a whole lot of different digital avenues
Yep.
have been created, have been invented, and now we're starting to see them get incorporated more into face-to-face events. And I think that's really interesting. And I think that's going to be the future of the barbecue scene. We're going to see a lot more digital stuff happening, a lot more digital stuff going on. And for someone who is a complete barbecue nerd and a techno nerd like myself, that's just fantastic news.